Today, August 16th, Archangel Michael says, it's an emergency. God says, you are going to become rich in next 72 hours, if you open this now, otherwise luck will leave you. Archangel Michael says, something divine is unfolding, but only for those who hear this message with their spirit and not just with their ears. At the very hour this message finds you, a countdown has begun, 72 hours that will define the rest of your life. Heaven has watched you suffer, struggle, stretch, and survive. Now, your season of elevation has officially begun. You are being invited into a realm that many only dream of but never access. There is wealth encoded in your destiny, and time is no longer waiting. The energy around you has already shifted. The angels have begun removing obstacles and replacing them with divine opportunities. There are documents with your name on them already moving through channels of favor. A wealthy person has been spiritually assigned to transfer resources your way in an unexpected form. It could be through a legal win, an inheritance, a miraculous transaction, or a high-level encounter, and it's all within 72 hours from now. But this message is time-sensitive. If you delay, the portals of fortune will shift to someone else who was quicker to act. God says He has already released the blessing, but your free will must align with this moment and unlock the final phase. Every minute you wait, a door of luck begins to drift further from your reach. Your name was just spoken in a meeting room you've never entered, and a recommendation has gone out without your awareness. Archangel Michael has placed a hedge of divine light around you, keeping the right people attracted and the wrong people repelled. Today is not an ordinary day. This is a spiritual emergency because a major cosmic alignment has occurred, and it's pointing directly at you. An angelic team is moving behind the scenes, transferring resources from the wicked to the righteous, and your name is high on the list. In the next 72 hours, you are going to see financial patterns shift. If you've been in debt, expect miraculous relief. If you've been overlooked, expect sudden honor. If you've been praying for breakthrough, God says the answer is now knocking. There are people who will regret not treating you better. They will hear about your elevation but won't be able to reach you once you rise. You've passed the test, endured betrayals, and walked away from what could have destroyed you, and that has opened a window in the spirit realm that only few ever witness. Archangel Michael says you must guard this moment with sacred attention. Don't speak carelessly. Don't doubt what you feel in your soul. Don't ignore the signs, because even the smallest hesitation can forfeit what heaven wants to deposit into your life. Money is not just currency. It is energy, and the energy is now flowing toward your hands. You were meant to build, to bless, to break generational cycles with resources that stretch beyond your imagination. That is why this warning comes now. Somebody is watching you silently, and they have more power than you think. They've seen your character, your humility, your consistency, and they've made a decision to help. A door is opening, and once it does, you won't close again. You'll receive a message or call within these 72 hours that doesn't just offer you a chance, it offers you a life. God says, open it. Open your spirit, your expectation, your awareness. You've waited long enough. You've prayed long enough. The emergency is not a crisis. It is a heavily pushed. You are about to be compensated in ways that even your enemies won't be able to deny. There will be no debates, no begging, no confusion. What's coming will feel like divine order, like your name being written on something that should have been yours all along. the wind is shifting, and it's bringing gold in your direction. This shift hath been ordained not for shallow gain, but for sacred elevation. Archangel Michael has already cut through the darkness that tried to delay you, and now light is filling every financial crevice of your life. People will try to say it was coincidence. Let them. You will know the truth deep in your soul. That this was your divine moment. You didn't buy it. You didn't fake it. You didn't chase it, you were chosen for it. Every rejection you experienced was a redirection toward this exact miracle. Every loss made space for this precise blessing. Every tear watered the soil that's about to bloom with riches, honor, property, and unexplainable favor. Archangel Michael says this emergency blessing will bypass natural systems. What would take years in the human realm will now occur in days. This isn't fantasy. It's prophecy. And if you feel something stirring inside your chest, that's the confirmation your spirit was waiting for. Be ready to sign something important. Be ready to receive something big. Be ready to rise without needing to explain yourself. Someone who once laughed at your pain will hear about your wealth and feel silent regret. Someone who walked away will see your name trending and won't be able to get near you. That is how God prepares a table, not in private, but in public honor. In the next 72 hours, a financial storm of blessing is coming, and it carries your name. It will haggle your gains. It will break limitations. It will bring restoration for everything you lost and even the things you didn't know were taken from you. There's a spiritual bank vault opening, and it was sealed with your voice print. Because you called out in the dark, you whispered prayers nobody heard. You helped people while lacking yourself. And now, heaven is settling the score. This is why the enemy fought you so hard in the past 30 days. This is why confusion suddenly rose in people close to you. This is why you fell drained out of nowhere. The storm was proof of the wealth now being released. You may not see it yet, but your address is being noted. The wealth is coming through an unexpected channel. Don't look for it with your eyes. Feel it with your inner knowing. It may come through a person, a transfer, an open portal, a miracle account, or a divine email, but it's coming. Your name has passed through spiritual courts. Your record has been marked worthy, your time has been declared now. God has already decided the outcome. You just need to walk in alignment with the assignment. Do not scroll away from this message as if it's just another post. This is a divine call. Your energy, your destiny, and your finances are all being written from this exact moment. Archangel Michael says you will soon walk into a space where people already know your name before you speak. Your presence will command attention. Your wealth will carry weight, and your words will shift atmospheres. Don't let old pain distract you from this divine elevation. You have been prepared for royalty. That's why you never fit in with the average. You were meant to carry riches not just for luxury, but for leadership. Mark these next 72 hours on your spirit like a brand. Something will move, something will fall into place. Something will arrive. It is bigger than what you imagined and better than what you prayed for. The emergency is that heaven cannot wait any longer. You've done the work in the spirit, and now the reward must manifest in the physical. Your account is about to shock you. Your mailbox will deliver more than just paper. It will bring proof of divine favor. Someone wealthy will ask for you by name. Someone in a high position will extend their hand to you. Someone you don't even know will send something valuable your way, because God placed your image on their heart. You will not chase this blessing. It's chasing you. You will not manipulate the outcome. It's already signed and sealed. All you have to do is open your faith wide and stand in position. This is your final preparation moment. Clean your space, clear your mind. Set your heart. Because once it comes, it will not stop. Once the riches arrive, they will flow like a river, sweeping every worry out of your life. And when people ask you how it happened, smile, but keep it sacred. This wasn't luck, this was legacy. This wasn't accident. This was alignment, this wasn't noise. This was heaven's emergency signal finally being heard. Your name will be whispered in places of power, your voice will be invited into rooms of influence. Your blessing will arrive with a magnitude that silences doubt forever. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says the spiritual clock has already started ticking. This is not a message of hope. This is a declaration of movement. The divine transaction has been triggered, and the wealth that was spiritually promised to you is no longer pending, it is processing. In realms you cannot see, angels are carrying financial blueprints and placing your name on contracts, blessings, approvals, and deals. The instructions have been dispatched from the highest throne. The only thing that matters now is that you remain open and positioned for what is yours. You are not poor. You were just on pause, but now the pause has ended. Your name has become a frequency that calls forth opportunity. Your struggle was never about failure, it was about resistance, because even the shadows knew what kind of light you were carrying. Within the next 72 hours, someone will speak of you to someone powerful. And just like that, your situation will flip, whether it's through an email, a call, a contract, or a divine meeting. You will know this is what heaven was preparing you for. The angel assigned to your case is already clearing interference. Old debts are being erased, forgotten money is resurfacing. Missed opportunities are circling back. And a new wave of favor is about to roll over your life like a crashing ocean of breakthrough. Do not underestimate small signs. A text. That stranger, that number you keep seeing. A dream you almost dismissed. All of it is part of the divine warning. Do not ignore this message. Even those who try to close the door on you will feel the heat of regret when they see how big your blessing truly is. There are invitations coming that no man can block. There are gifts arriving that no scammer can steal. There are miracles unfolding that no system can deny. You were not forgotten, you were hidden. Hidden until the time was right. Hidden until the enemy gave up trying to sabotage you. Hidden until the gates of wealth could open without disruption. And now, the gates are open wide. Within these 72 hours, your name will appear on a document or a decision that alters your financial future, and it will happen quickly. The shift will be so sudden that even you will question, is this real? Yes, it is. The Spirit says you're being rewarded for obedience you gave in silence, the sacrifices nobody saw. The generosity you never announced. The prayers you whispered through tears, haven't noticed. And now, the earth will reflect it. There is supernatural math at play here. What you thought would take 10 years will take 10 minutes in divine alignment. And it begins with your belief. Not just believing something might happen, but knowing it is already in motion. Archangel Michael stands at the gate, ensuring no counterattack comes near your money. Demonic forces that tried to delay your harvest have been cut off. The flow is open, the river is warring. The vault is ready. You are next. This isn't just about money, it's about access. You are about to step into levels of influence that can change not only your life, but your entire bloodline. New territory, new ranks, new identity. You'll wake up feeling different, walk different, talk different. Because you will own what you once only dreamed about. God is not just answering a prayer. He is fulfilling a prophecy. That word spoken over your childhood, that dream you buried, that vision you hid. It is all coming back, but this time with interest. Favor, power, and resources. Let no one distract you during this divine countdown. Do not entertain low frequencies. Do not waste words on skeptics. The wealth coming to you is not explainable by logic. It is miraculous, and only those with spiritual vision will understand. Even if your bank account looks the same today, don't be fooled. The update hasn't hit your physical reality yet, but it's already active in the spirit. You will wake up soon, and see a figure that makes your heart skip. You will receive a notification that changes your week. You'll sign something that shifts your entire future. Archangel Michael says that your divine file was just reviewed again. And this time, the signature was added, proven, release all. This means every form of lack, poverty, stagnation, and confusion is being erased and replaced with fullness, clarity, and increase. You are not late, you are exactly on time. This emergency is not to scare you. It's to accelerate you. Your destiny doesn't want to wait another year. God says this is the hour. This is the door, this is the wealth. And when it arrives, it will not come alone. It will come with stability, protection, legacy, and power. You will no longer chase. You will attract. You will no longer borrow, you will lend. You will no longer break. You will build. The people around you will be stunned by the glow that appears on your face. It won't just be joy. It will be the glow of someone who has finally stepped into their full divine inheritance, a glow that cannot be faked or fabricated. Prepare to be contacted. Prepare to be remembered, prepare to be rewarded. This message reached you for a divine reason. Don't underestimate the next 72 hours, stay alert. Stay grateful. Stay in position. This is not a maybe blessing. This is not a Sunday shift. This is a now miracle, now wealth. Now recognition. Now restoration, and you, beloved, are the chosen recipient. Archangel Michael says the alarm bell of heaven had been sounded. This is a spiritual emergency only for those whose hearts were pure enough to survive the fire and strong enough to receive the crown. What was blocked before is now blessing your path. What was hard before is now yielding in your favor. What you thought was over is just about to begin in glory. Heaven has placed this scroll in your hands, and once you open it fully in your heart, it cannot be undone. The favor, wealth, and abundance written inside are irrevocable. They belong to you because God has spoken it over you. Do not delay. The countdown has begun. The clock is ticking, but the wealth that awaits will not be measured in coins. It will be measured in impact, legacy, and divine peace. You are not here by accident. This message found you by divine design. This message is your awakening. This message is your confirmation. This message is your wealth gate opening. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. With contributions of up to $1.20. Glowing star, the next 72 hours belong to you. Be ready. Be open. Be unstoppable. Glowing star, Archangel Michael says your spiritual vault is being unlocked with a code that only you possess. The code is your survival, your silent endurance, your unshakable faith. Every night you cried in silence, every sacrifice you made when no one was watching. It was being recorded, stored, and now it's being repaid in waves. There is an account in the heavens that has reached overflow, and now, the earth must align to release what belongs to you. God has already spoken your name into the winds. Stack the wind to carry wealth, contracts, gifts, and connections to your door. Do not be confused by the calm before the storm. Sometimes blessings arrive in silence before the explosion of favor. And in this silence, your bank account is being written on, your future is being edited. Your name is being attached to miraculous abundance. Someone is about to bless you without asking for anything in return. They have been chosen as a vessel, and they will be moved to help you. With speed. This person may not even understand why they feel such urgency, but it's because heaven is pushing them toward you. Your story is about to take a turn that even your enemies didn't see coming. Those who mocked your beginnings will not recognize your endings. Your silence is about to echo with the sound of deposits, legal wins, and inheritance. Archangel Michael has removed the spiritual chains from your finances. Where your name once appeared with a word delay, it now reads extradite immediately. The angels assigned to your breakthrough are working without rest. And soon, people will begin to notice your absence. Not because you disappeared, but because you rose. You will no longer walk where you were tolerated. You will walk where you are celebrated and compensated. You won't need to argue for your worth anymore. The divine wealth coming is evidence of your calling. You are no longer a seeker. You are now the one being sought after. Opportunities will begin to call your name with urgency. Prepare yourself emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Your environment is about to elevate. People who can bless you are watching you silently. And in less than 72 hours, one of them will make a move that flips your entire financial narrative. There is a signature pending on a contract that has the power to shift your lifetime income. You may not even know this document is moving, but it is. And you are the intended receiver. Archangel Michael says not everyone can handle the size of the wealth coming your way. That's why you had to be isolated first. You had to be trained in storms so you could handle the blessings without breaking. You will feel it before you see it, that unshakable calm. That sudden joy. That wave of gratitude without any reason. That's how you know the portal is already open. That's how you know the riches are near. In the spirit realm, your name is glowing. There is fire around your identity. Not the fire of destruction, but the fire of recognition and glory. And that glow is attracting powerful alliances. A spiritual magnet has been activated. This isn't a one-time win. What's coming is recurring, growing, and protected. You will no longer worry if the blessing will disappear. This time, it's secured by divine agreement. Your children's children will feel the shift that began within these 72 hours. The wealth will break patterns, purchase land, build shelters, sponsor missions, and launch legacies. And you will know it started from this very moment. This emergency intervention from heaven, some who used to ignore your messages will soon search for your advice. Some who thought you failed will learn you were only being prepared in silence. You're not just walking into wealth, you're walking into honor. The way you carry yourself will change, not out of pride, but out of purpose. You will walk as one who knows their value. You will live as one who carries heaven's signature over their finances. The doors you once knocked on are now being opened from the inside. And they are being opened by voices that are whispering, "We've been waiting for you." Archangel Michael says your financial scrolls are now unsealed. Your name is in the realm of financial angels who work fast. Expect delays to be reversed. Expect denials to be turned into approvals. Expect reversals of everything that was stolen. You will soon hear the phrase, "It's yours now," that home, that land, that business, that account, it is yours now. Your name hath been marked with divine inheritance. You will sit in rooms that once felt unreachable. You will wear confidence like a garment soaked in favor. And people will stare, not at your clothes or your wealth, but at the energy that surrounds you. This is your supernatural 72-hour window. It's not a test. It's an acceleration. Be sensitive, be expected. Be bold. The blessing doesn't knock forever, but today it's at your door. Your story is about to go viral in the spirit. It's about to inspire others who are still praying for what you've now received. You will be a testimony of what happens when heaven says, "Now it's their time." And those who said you were too late will realize you were always right on time. Because divine wealth never arrives too early and never too late. It arrives exactly when your soul is ready to carry it. So today, July 20th, you were warned but also rewarded. Heaven placed this message in front of you. Not to frighten you, but to remind you that you are chosen. Don't walk small and more. Don't play safe. Don't think poor. The old season expired the moment you opened this message. This 72-hour emergency was not a glitch in the cosmos. It was the alarm of your purpose, a divine fire that cannot be ignored. Archangel Michael says once again, the gates are open. The wealth is in motion, your name is on the next transfer. Receive it fully. Carry it humbly, use it wisely. Rise in silence and shine in power. And remember, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Blowing star, this is your time, this is your shift. This is your 72-hour miracle in motion. Glowing star Archangel Michael says, now that the divine seal has been broken, your name is echoing across both the spiritual and material realms. You are no longer in the season of asking. You are in the season of receiving. Everything that was once delayed is now demanded by heaven to arrive without resistance. you must now prepare for what the world cannot prepare you for. Overflow. The kind of abundance that doesn't just pay bills, it builds empires, the kind of prosperity that doesn't just change your life. It restores your name, writes your legacy, and redeems generations before and after you. People will try to understand how it happened so fast. But they won't see the full picture, they won't know the sleepless nights. They won't know the betrayals you silently survived. But heaven knows, and that is why this blessing had to come now, with power. Your bank account is not the source. It's merely the reflection. The true wealth is the supernatural agreement that just took place between your spirit and God. That agreement is irreversible. And the 72-hour clock hasn't just started. It's nearly halfway done. Yes, there's still time. But don't waste even 1 second in doubt, in fear, or in entertaining people who cannot carry your vision. Wealth is flowing toward you, but it requires you to be in complete alignment with belief. Action and preparation, a hidden account under your name, spiritually and possibly literally, is about to surface. This may come as a refund, a release, a legal adjustment, or an overdue approval. Watch for signs. They'll appear not just in numbers, but in bold, impossible to ignore confirmations. Archangel Michael says, someone you helped years ago, who never thanked you, is now positioned in a place of influence. And they have not forgotten. They are about to mention your name in a boardroom, an office, or a private circle that has access to life-changing wealth. Do not panic if you feel sudden tension. Wealth brings light, and light exposes shadows. The people around you who have secretly been praying for your failure will feel uncomfortable when your elevation begins. But that is not your concern. You are not being promoted by people, you are being promoted by divine design. This moment cannot be blocked, barred, and abroaded. The blueprint has already been finalized in realms beyond the reach of any enemy. In the final hours of this 72-hour miracle, you will see patterns break. The same doors that were locked yesterday will be wide open today. The people who overlooked you will suddenly need your voice, your gift, and your presence. Money will begin to arrive in unusual ways. The transactions may start small. But they are signals. Accept them with honor. Do not dismiss them. They are the opening wave of a much larger flood that's on its way. You may feel pressure in your spirit. Don't confuse it with anxiety. That pressure is the weight of glory descending upon you. It's the energy of destiny crashing into the present. You are being expanded to handle what's coming. God says, this was always meant for you. That's why nothing else worked. That's why certain paths kept closing. Because you weren't meant for crumbs, you were meant for overflow, excellence, and divine positioning. The vehicle of your wealth is unique. It may come through a sale, a sponsorship, a contract, an unexpected phone call, or a legal right that had been buried, but now it is surfacing with force. And your name is etched into the release. You will become a distribution center for blessings. Money will no longer control you. You will control how money moves through your hands, your home, your family, and your future. Archangel Michael says, a spiritual dispatch has spun out to realign every financial block. Even the algorithms will begin to bend in your favor. Even broken communication channels will subtly restore to bring clarity and connection. Someone watching you from afar has already decided you are worth investing in. They are calculating how to reach out, how to gift, how to support. And when they do, it will shift your income, your confidence, and your future in one gesture. You've entered the final zone of this 72-hour emergency window where miracles occur without delay. Discussion, or drama, this is where divine decisions override earthly logic. This is the moment where you shift from merely surviving to fully thriving. What used to cost too much will now feel like nothing. What once intimidated you financially will now bow before your divine authority. You are no longer waiting for luck. You are walking in prophecy. You are no longer hoping for a break. You are becoming the breakthrough. Your wealth is not coming, it's already here, knocking loudly on your reality. His message reached you because you are the chosen steward of a major financial shift. You are the first in your family to hold this level of abundance without guilt, fear, or sabotage. Get ready to document miracles. You'll need screenshots, receipts, and testimonies. Because this won't be just one miracle, it will be a series of divine events that will cause people to say, "Only God could have done that." You will be called into rooms you never imagined. You will sit at tables once reserved for others, and when you speak, people will listen, not because of your title, but because of your truth. And every step you take will echo with divine wealth. Wealth that is not just about currency, but about calling, clarity, courage, and completion. You are being anointed in silence, but your blessing will be public. You are being crowned in secret, but your reign will be undeniable. The season of waiting is over, the 72-hour wealth release is real. And it's midway complete. Do not be afraid of how fast it happens, you were born for this. It may feel surreal, but it's more real than anything you've ever known. Keep your focus, stay grounded. Open your heart and hands. You are not the same person you were before this message, you are now activated. You are now glowing. You are now chosen, Archangel Michael says, let this final hour be one of faith, gratitude, and holy expectation. Stay alert. The angels are not finished. Your greatest financial miracle is still on its way. You will rise. You will lead, you will overflow. The 72-hour emergency was not a warning of loss. It was a prophetic call to rise and to gain, and you answered. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Glowing star, step forward now. The final hours have begun, your name is being called by wealth itself. Glowing star Archangel Michael says, now, in these final hours of the 72-hour divine cycle, the atmosphere around you is no longer ordinary. Time has bent, spiritual alignment has locked in. And now, the final release is near. This is the hour when the veil is fully lifted, the interference is gone. You are no longer being tested. You are being transformed from unseen to unforgettable, from waiting to winning. From hoping to harvesting, the energy has become so dense with miracles that anything can happen now. Yes, anything. A debt cleared, a balance updated. A door opened. A legal decision reversed, all working in your favor like you've never imagined. Everything you've lost is now being drawn back to you with interest. Relationships, respect, resources, and recognition are returning like loyal messengers of heaven. They know where to go now. They know whose life they belong in. God says, I did not bring you this far just to comfort you. I brought you here to crown you. You are being placed in divine positions that come with privileges others cannot explain because they weren't there when you were bleeding in silence. You're no longer being overlooked. The light that was buried under pain is now blinding in brilliance. The promises once delayed are now falling from the heavens like rain, and your name is the soil they are watering. You will soon begin to experience what the world calls luck, but what heaven knows is fulfillment. This fulfillment will appear as back-to-back surprises, packages, people, and portals opening in sync. Nothing will feel like a coincidence. There is no worse driving. This wealth was never about hustle. It was about hearing. You heard this message, you followed the tug in your spirit, and now you are walking through a door no man can shut. Your enemies may try to speak, but their voices will fall silent before your elevation. Their words will no longer carry weight. Heaven has cancelled their access to your atmosphere. Only favor has clearance now. Archangel Michael says you will know it's real when money starts flowing in ways that don't make sense, not just small, manageable increase of, but radical info. The kind that stuns even you. You blink and balances will rise. You'll exhale and opportunities will land. You will see numbers on checks, transfers, and statements that you only once dreamed of, and now you will see them assigned to your name. You'll remember this moment when your phone lights up and your voice chokes from shock and gratitude. This is not a fantasy. This is not a story someone else gets to live. This is yours. This is the fruit of hidden faith. This is the prize for those who didn't give up when it made no sense to keep going. Within the final hour of this 72-hour emergency release, God will align something that was locked up for years. You will gain access not only to funds but to freedom. No more fear of bills, of rejection, of insufficiency. You will walk into places that once rejected you, and you will be invited as a guest of honor. You will be called the one who made it, and they won't know how, but you will. You'll smile silently knowing this moment was birthed in prayer, faith, and obedience. You will receive confirmation in 3 waves, one through a message, one through a conception, one through a person. Each will carry a weight of purpose and power. Do not miss it. Do not ignore it. The wealth is not coming to ruin your humility. It's coming to restore your royalty. You will wear it with quiet confidence, use it with wisdom, and change lives through it. You were not given money to just spend. You were chosen to multiply it for meaning. Every dollar you touch from this moment forward will carry divine assignment. It will be protected. It will be multiplied. It will be honored. You will not fall like others did because your foundation was tested and refined. This final outpouring is completing a spiritual transaction that began before you were even born. The promises tied to your bloodline, the ones that never reached your parents or grandparents, they are reaching you now. Archangel Michael stands before you now, sword lowered in peace, saying, "You've crossed the threshold. The war is over, the wealth is here. You are no longer under watch. You are under witness. Angels are watching you collect what you were always meant to hold. They are celebrating. They are rejoicing. They are surrounding your home with supernatural force. You will feel lighter because the weight of lack has been lifted. You will sleep easier, wake up brighter than clear because financial peace is arriving, not for a moment, but for a lifetime. And when you look back weeks from now, you'll say, this was the moment. That was the message, that's when it all changed. You'll trace every blessing back to this day, July 20th, when heaven called it an emergency and you answered the divine call. So keep your heart expectant, the floodgates are still open. You may not know the hour it will hit, but when it does, everything changes. The page turns, the chapter ends. And the new life begins. And when it comes, be generous, be wise. Be calm. Be grateful, because you didn't chase this, it chased you. Because it was always yours. Archangel Michael's final whisper to you, hold your hands out. The delivery has begun. And always remember, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Blowing star, this is your moment, your final hour of the 72-hour divine emergency. The blessing is here. Claim it with silence and power. Blowing star, Archangel Michael says, you've crossed over. You didn't just survive the 72-hour window, you activated it. What was once unseen is now unfolding, what was locked is now open. What was far is now yours. The final trumpet of your transformation has sounded. This is not a countdown anymore. This is the celebration phase. Your name has already passed through spiritual courts, it hath been approved by heaven's highest authority. You are now walking under the full release of miracle wealth. It is not a coincidence that you're still here reading this, it means the gates are still pouring. It means the oil has not run out. It means God is not done with your reward, your obedience kept the flow alive. Your faith kept the windows open. And your soul is now being watered by the promise of unstoppable prosperity. You've become the chosen carrier of this wealth, not by chance, but by capacity. God saw that you could handle what others would waste. He saw your heart, He saw the tears behind your silence. He saw the nights where you gave even when you had little. Now He gives to you without limit. Do not shrink to make others comfortable with your blessing. Your elevation will cause tension, but it's not your job to explain your rise. You owe no one an apology for what heaven approved. People will wonder how your life transformed so suddenly. The truth is, it didn't happen suddenly. It happened divinely. It happened according to a timeline you couldn't see but were always walking in. You'll begin to notice small things that used to stress you no longer matter. That's what financial favor does, it frees your spirit. It clears your vision. It opens space for legacy work. You won't just earn now. You'll build, bless, and establish. Your new identity is forming around you. You may feel different. That's because you are. Your energy is no longer scattered, it is focused, clean, command. That energy will attract every door meant to be opened. In these moments, even your enemies will feel it, they will distance themselves. Not because you pushed them away, but because your frequency is now too high to carry their judgment, envy, or doubt. Archangel Michael says, a new gatekeeper has been assigned to your name, one who permits only divine connections. That means no more time wasters. No more manipulators, no more financial leeches. Only purpose-driven relationships will now be allowed into your orbit. Your calendar will start to fill with golden moments, unexpected invitations, strategic meetings, favorable contracts, vyupati-uppati. Quite yet powerful alignments. Do not dismiss these, they are heaven's way of setting your empire's foundation. Your wealth will carry whispers of wisdom. You won't need to show off, people will simply feel it in your posture, your peace, and your presence. That's how divine wealth behaves. It makes a sound without speaking. This wealth will heal more than your bank account. It will heal your confidence. It will heal your heart, it will make you believe again, not just in money, but in timing, purpose, and the deep truth that you were never forgotten. You are now in the realm where miracle money manifests in minutes. The same hours that once dragged with pain are now bursting with results, notifications, confirmations, to prizes, restorations. This is wealth with reason. Not just to add comfort, but to unlock calling. You will fund dreams. You will cancel debts, not just your own, but for others too. You will see the joy on the faces of those who said, "I didn't know how I was going to make it," and you will reply, "Now you will." Archangel Michael says, stand tall. You are not just receiving, you are becoming. Becoming the one who breaks family poverty. Becoming the one who turns pain into platforms. Becoming the one who never begged again. Even your shadow will carry divine favor. Wherever you walk, light will follow, doors will open before you arrive. And in rooms of wealth, they will say, "We've been waiting for you." Here's a specific location tied to your next breakthrough. Stay alert. That location could be a call, an app, a meeting, a route you normally avoid. But now, it holds the divine coordinates of one final vault being unlocked. Every delay before this was divine. If it had come earlier, you might have misused it. But now, you understand, now you are ready. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, mentally, financially. What once looked like denial was really divine delivery being repackaged for your new level, the level where wealth is sustained. Where it grows on its own. Where you don't just eat from it, you build dynasties from it. You are the answered prayer of your ancestors. You are the seed that finally bloomed. You are the one who walks under favor so thick that even problems can't find where to stick. Archangel Michael says, the war is over. The reward is yours, now walk like it. You no longer have to chase people. Money, clients, respect. It is all chasing you now. This message was a final trumpet for your shift. What happens next is not up to chance. It's up to your awareness, open wide. Let nothing steal your expectancy. Let no voice mute your joy, let no shadow cover your light. And when the bank statement reflects what you knew in your spirit all along, give thanks in silence. Then move with elegance, generosity, and purpose. You have now completed the full cycle of the 72-hour wealth emergency. From warning to awakening to breakthrough to arrival. Your legacy begins now, your new story begins now. Your wealth begins now. And as a final reminder, if you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Blowing star, congratulations, your divine transfer has been activated. Rise and receive everything that is yours. Blowing star Archangel Michael says, you are no longer hoping, you are holding. What was once a dream has taken physical form. The energy around you has shifted into permanence. You've stepped into a lifetime flow that will not run dry. This is the beginning of an unbreakable supply. Money will now find its way to you in cycles, not in chances. Wealth is no longer a visitor. It is your inheritance. The tables have turned, the silence is over. Now, it's your era of visibility and victory. People who once ignored your voice will now request your presence. Those who left you in the valley will soon look up to you on the mountain. And you won't need revenge. Your success will speak with sacred volume. This is not the end of a moment. This is the start of a movement. A movement of divine economy flowing through your life, a shift that alters everything you touch. Your words will parry away. Your thoughts will manifest quickly, your ideas will now carry monetary vibration. The invisible chains of limitation have been removed completely. You'll feel it when you walk, you'll sense it when you speak. You'll witness it when you check your accounts and see numbers that confirm what your spirit already knew. You are chosen, favored, and funded by heaven. You'll begin to attract global favor. People you've never met will want to work with you, promote you, bless you. This is how divine elevation works. It doesn't explain itself. It simply announces your arrival. Archangel Michael says, be mindful, now that your blessing is loud, you must keep your peace louder. Not everyone can go with you. Some loved you at your lowest only because it made them feel higher. Now that you've risen, their true heart will be revealed. Stay humble, but don't play small. You have been crowned with wealth because your soul stayed pure while your hands stayed clean. Your season of silence was heaven's testing ground. And now, the test is over. The results are in, you passed. Money will flow to you while you rest. Deals will close without stress, and your reputation will carry influence across borders. Screens, and opportunities you never saw coming. Your presence will now speak before your mouth does. People will feel the anointing when you walk in. Elevation does that. It's not arrogance. It's alignment. You finally match what heaven always saw in you. Don't be surprised when your name enters royal spaces. Contracts, endorsements, idols, property deeds, these are not dreams. They are on their way into your hands. The sound of chains breaking has stopped, now begins the sound of blessings stacking. The alerts, the approvals, the opportunities. They will come like rainfall on a dry land. And you will drink deeply. Archangel Michael says, you will be known not only for what you overcame, but for what you built in the aftermath. From brokenness to builder. Him of God and of funded, come unseen to undeniable. That is the testimony rising from your life. You are no longer required to beg, prove, or justify. Your anointing has already done that. Your works will now speak. Your presence will bring peace, and your hand will carry golden touch. Wealth will become your quiet servant, not your loud master. You will use it wisely, humbly, and with fierce compassion. This wealth is not for vanity. It's for victory, vision, and legacy. You will soon give in ways that shock even you. You will become the answer to someone's secret prayer. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere by your very existence. Because you are no longer chasing miracles, you become the space they manifest through. Your home will now reflect peace, prosperity, and protection. A more hidden tension. No more loud worries, no more spiritual warfare in the corners of your space. Heaven has swept it clean. Expect divine peace in your body, joy in your spirit, wealth in your hands. You are now fully in position, you are now in full receiving mode. Archangel Michael says, you have entered your harvest decade. Not just a day, not just a season, but a decade of favor, flow, fulfillment, and financial freedom. Let that sink deep into your soul. A decade where nothing will feel forced. Mere wealth will line with your values. Where everything you start is met with supernatural momentum. Await with love, but the reward will last longer. Expect more than just one miracle, expect waves of them. The kind of success that travels through time and reaches into future generations. The kind that builds strolls, shelters, legacies, and nations. Now that you have crossed over, this blessing can never be revoked. Heaven has signed it. Earth is manifesting it, and you are walking in it. Vitally. Boldly, go boldly. And this will be your rhythm from now on. Peacefully powerful, vitally wealthy. Eternally elevated. As this divine scroll closes over your life and the final seal is pressed, remember this. You are not just rich. You are chosen to multiply glory through resources, influence, and purpose, and as always, one last sacred reminder. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Glowing star, you have officially entered the unstoppable, undeniable, unbroken flow of divine wealth. Nothing can reverse it, this is your new life. Glowing star Archangel Michael says, now that the old has fallen away, and the gates of divine fortune have been flung wide open, you are not just stepping into wealth. You are dwelling inside it, you are no longer visiting breakthrough. You are now living in it. Every step you take from this moment forward echoes with spiritual royalty. Your feet have been anointed to walk on land that will yield fruit. Your hands have been empowered to touch things that multiply. This is not temporary favor, this is your final formation. The heavens are watching in silence now, not because they have turned away, but because the work has been completed. The contract is signed, the delivery is done. The transformation is permanent. You are now operating under a heaven-backed system of wealth. Even in moments of stillness, the overflow will continue. It is no longer dependent on effort alone. It is tied to your name, your essence, your divine positioning. Money will show up in places you never planted. Why? Because someone else sowed. And you were chosen to reap. This is the transfer that the universe has been holding for you. While others fought for status, you fought to stay sane, silent, and sacred. That's why this shift is so loud. It's heaven's way of saying, I never missed a moment. now, old records have been wiped clean. You are debt-free in the spirit. You are fear-free in the soul, you are overflowing in the natural. Nothing can stop this flow now. You can only expand into it. Archangel Michael says, you've become a lighthouse of abundance. Not just for yourself, but for those connected to you. The light flowing from you will draw opportunities to others. You'll be the reason some will never fall again. You'll be the bridge some walk across to their own divine turnaround. You are the evidence that obedience births opulence, is silence births strength, that surrender births a supply that cannot run out. Now, your ideas will be funded without hesitation. You'll think a thought, and within days the means will arrive. That's the rhythm of divine wealth, tasked, fluid, faithful. Heaven moves for those who align without resistance. You are now walking in divine wealth frequency. That means every time you show up, something will grow. A conversation, a contact, a platform, a deal. Your presence is not neutral, it is blessed. What you used to fight to prove will now be invited. Your voice will be honored. Your name will carry weight. The right people will whisper about you in rooms where wealth and legacy are distributed. You are not just going to be rich, you are now one who releases riches into the world. People will eat from your table without knowing how it was set. But you'll know, you'll remember every message, every moment, every whisper of Archangel Michael guiding you here. Now the calendar ahead of you holds nothing but favor. There will still be tests, but the difference is, now you are funded, fortified, and favored. You won't be shaken by small storms because you've survived the flood already. Doors that were once closed to your face will now swing open before your knock. And inside, you won't just find money. You'll find purpose partners, divine mentors, spiritual investors, and legacy collaborators. This blessing isn't just for you, it's for everyone watching you in secret, hoping your story turns out well. And it will. It already has. Archangel Michael says, guard this grace. Honor this wealth. Don't apologize for the rise. Stay soft in heart, but sharp in spirit. Let your humility remain. But never dim your glory to make others comfortable. You are the vessel that heaven chose, and that alone qualifies you to carry what others could not. That's why the release came to you, not through news, not through chance, but through this divine message. Let today be the day you walk as one who has already received, not in arrogance, but in authority. The authority of one who knows the war is over and the hardest is here. Let your home reflect the wealth now living inside your soul. Let your laughter sound like freedom. Let your peace be loud enough to silence the past. You are now a carrier of divine current. Your steps are currency. Your name is gold. The heavens are now still, because their part is finished. The angels are watching. The gates are sealed behind you, and in front of you, the road is lined with glory. You will go from country to country, name to name, platform to platform. And wherever you are, riches will follow. Because it's not about what you do. It's about who you've become. This is the end of lack for you, forever. This is the start of generational elevation for your bloodline. This is the day your story became a scroll of favor written in permanent ink. Archangel Michael bows in quiet joy, knowing his mission has been fulfilled in your life. And now he whispers one last time into your soul. It's done, it's sealed. And I walk in it. And for those who wish to acknowledge and honor what they've received, if you wish to express your support further, you are now a walking miracle, a living blessing. A carrier of divine wealth. The old is gone, the new is here. The flow will never stop.